maximum effort. Are you looking for a super cool watch to commemorate what has to be the best anti-hero in the entire Marvel Universe? In this video, I'm going to give you a full review of this limited edition Marvel licensed Deadpool watch by Invicta. Coming right up. Hi, I'm Daniel, and welcome to It's About Time, where we take a look at affordable watch options for the everyday man. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button because I do post weekly videos about affordable timepieces that I'm sure you're not going to want to miss out on. Now let's go ahead and get on with today's video. Alright, taking a look at this limited edition Deadpool watch from Invicta. Go ahead and start with unboxing it because this is actually kind of a fun unboxing experience. Comes in this nice black, just a normal color, no Invicta yellow box. I love that. Just Invicta limited edition. Right across the top there, Marvel. Kind of a plasticky rubber feel. It's not a particularly nice material or anything, but like I said, much nicer than the Invicta yellow that Invicta watches tend to come in. And here we go. Check that out. I really like the presentation of this in comparison to other Invicta watches. It does have a little bit of coloration on the inside, just a little bit of color, nothing over the top. You can see over here Marvel and Invicta. And back over here it's a little ledge that has your let's get that out of there. There's a little tag came on it. But in here you get your little booklet, and that's got your warranty information and warranty card. And you get a little cleaning cloth that comes along with it. Little Invicta cleaning cloth. But let's take a look at the star of the show, and that would be our friend Wade Wilson here. Packaged on a nice little squishy pillow. Let's get that out of the way. And there it is. Well, let's go ahead and start with some of the measurements on this. Get that out of the way. And let's see, what have we got here for the case? Case should be 38 millimeters. Wow, spot on 38 millimeter case. Case thickness 15.7 millimeters. Lug width is 18 millimeters, spot on. And lug to lug is 44.3 millimeters. So now you saw this is a 38 millimeter case, which on Invicta's website, and when you go to buy this watch, by the way, I will have links in the description below where you can find latest pricing and availability of this watch. But there are two different sizes. There is the men's size and the women's size. Men's size is 47 millimeters, a whopping 47 millimeters. That is a big freaking watch. I was not going to put a 47 millimeter on my wrist and pretend it was okay. But it was really cool that they do offer this in a 38 millimeter, which I think wears perfectly, which I'll get to a wrist shot here in a while. But if there was only one dimension that I was not too happy about, that was just how thick it is. But it actually has to be that thick to account for the decoration that this watch has. Now this is an all stainless steel case, stainless steel bracelet as well. It is a mixture of both brushed and polished surfaces. But as you notice, this is all black, and this is actually just a black coating, like a black paint. I don't know how long this will hold up. I do have to admit I have some concerns about, particularly on the bracelet. When you touch it, you can feel, it feels like it's been coated with something. It feels painted. So I am a little concerned about that. But I kind of have some different options for the strap. I'll get to that here in a little bit as well. But let's take a look at this dial and just appreciate just how freaking cool this is. I mean, look at this. We got a perfect representation of Deadpool right there on the face of the watch. The hands are literal sword hands. They are little katanas. And then the nice little attention to detail, the red seconds hand ticking away there with the lollipop Deadpool symbol on it. How cool is that? Now, this Deadpool mask that's in here is actually done very well. It's actually, I don't know if you can see it very well here on the screen or not, but it is actually three-dimensional. It's not just painted on or anything, but it's actually a 3D mold that's been applied along. It looks like it's a part of the chapter ring, the red chapter ring on the inside there. But it is actually texturized. If I can, there we go. You can see it's texturized to mimic the fabric used on Deadpool's real costume. Even the eyes look like they're made out of leather. The black patches over the eyes. So a lot of attention to detail on this that I think is really cool. The sword hands, they're high polish on them. They're actually like it looks like a smoked chrome, I want to say. It's not just a polished stainless steel, but it's got a smoke tint to it, which is a really cool touch. Now you see this is a date complication on here as well, right there at the 3 o'clock position. And you might have also noticed that this is, I don't want to call it skeletonized, but it is transparent. The face of here is transparent, and you can actually see the movement behind there. And I think that this is actually really cool. In particular, what I really like are the numbers. You can see the dates that aren't in use. You can see the date wheel all the way around the dial. And this is just me. I don't know if you see this or not, but in my eyes, it looks as though the numbers are coming out of Deadpool's head. And if you know Deadpool's character, it's almost as if he's counting excessively, just rattling off numbers in his head all the time. I at least that's how I see it, and I think it's a really cool touch. Now, this is a unidirectional bezel that we have here. It actually has some good action to it. 120 click bezel, and it feels like zero backplay. So it's actually really solid. Very functional if you need to use it. In fact, I used it earlier today to time how long I had my clothes in the dryer, just to keep an eye on them. This watch advertises that it is 200 meters of water resistance. I am reluctant to believe that because this does not have a screw-down crown. It does have a screw-down case back, which you can see there. It's branded Marvel Invicta. It is technically a sight glass back, but they covered up the movement to put that Marvel Invicta branding on there. I do wish that was just an open sight glass back. I'd rather see the movement than Marvel Invicta, but I imagine they had to do that for branding purposes. Like a lot of the Invicta watches, you do have the Invicta engraving here. Decent engraving, it's nice and deep. It is kind of controversial, but whatever. It's there, and I don't mind it. Most of the time, you're not going to see it anyway. But just nice touches of detail all throughout. Really like the polishing on the sword hands, the texturing on Deadpool's face, even an applied Invicta logo there, a red framed date window, the the Deadpool logo on the lollipop on the second hand, and even a signed crown with the Deadpool logo on it as well. Now, this is just all the details of the watch. What's really cool is that this is a very nice movement inside here as well. This is an automatic watch. It doesn't require a battery. It is self-winding, but it is also hacking and hand winding, meaning that hacking, when you pull the crown out, it stops your second hand from moving. and that allows you to set precise time. And it is hand winding, so you can just start it up by winding, or you give it the old Seiko shuffle, which is appropriate because this is using Seiko's NH35A movement in here. It's a very robust, very tried and true workhorse of the Seiko lineup, and just an excellent movement all the way around. And very glad that they have it in this watch, which when you package this all together, the build, the feel of this watch doesn't feel chintzy or cheap or anything. It feels pretty darn solid. You got dead flat mineral crystal. Now the mineral crystal sits proud of the bezel, which does make it more prone to damage. So this watch is one that you're going to want to take a little extra care with. This is not going to be your beater watch. This is going to be a watch that you wear to the movie theaters. It's going to be a watch that you wear out just for a weekend out with your friends, or whenever you want to get a conversation started. Because this is definitely going to catch the attention of any of any geeks out there. You're definitely going to get the attention that you were looking for with this watch. Now, moving on to the bracelet, I would say that the bracelet is probably the downside of this watch. It matches pretty well. It does have a signed clasp on here. The clasp is just a regular fold-over safety clasp. And, just pressed metal back there. It's nothing fancy. It just gets the job done. Solid links on the bracelet with a mixture of both polished and brushed surfaces. So polished center links and brushed end links, brushed on the outside of the links. And then, can you see that or not? There we go. Catch the light there. And then the polishing on the side of the bracelet links. Just friction pins holding it in. You do have a couple of links, removable links that you can adjust this with, as well as you have 4 micro adjustments there on the clasp. So you can size this up pretty nicely, get it to where you want it. Downside too, it's kind of hard to see, but because this is all black, but it does have hollow end links, just folded over links. But I have a solution for that, and like I said, I'll get to that in a little bit. I did want to show you another cool little detail. Now you see here, this says limited edition. Right there you see at the bottom, limited edition, and this is number 53 out of 3,000. So there's only going to be 3,000 of these watches made, and I am holding one of them. Number 53 out of 3,000. I think that's pretty cool. Will that create some value around it? Probably not. But it's just a cool little touch that they put on there just to show that it actually is a limited edition. It's a limited run. They're not going to carry this watch forever. And once they're gone, they're gone. And you're going to be left to finding them on the secondhand market if you do want to find them later on. Well, let's go ahead and throw this on the wrist and see how this 38mm wears. And there we have it. This is sitting on top of my 7.5-inch wrist. And you can see this 38mm fits just perfectly. It is the perfect size. Now, the only thing that is a bit misproportioned is the thickness. This baby is chunky monkey, let me tell you. Luckily, I'm going to be okay with it just because it is what it is. This watch kind of has to be that thick because of Deadpool in there is a 3D model. It's not flat. And then they have that chapter ring in there. And then the decorated hands and all that adds thickness to a watch that wouldn't exactly be thin to begin with, but with all of that, just every little millimeter adds up, and we're sitting at about 15.5 millimeters sitting above your wrist the way that it is. Now, I've been talking about how the bracelet just quite isn't doing it for me. Just the feel of it is not the greatest. So I've got a solution for that. And to solve this little dilemma, we have got the Barton Straps. That's right. I got a Barton NATO. Now check that out. Ooh, and here we go. Now this is gonna just up the game on this watch. You can already tell the coloration is just perfect for this. This NATO. The only downside to this Barton strap is that it doesn't come in PVD black. Now I know you can get the buckle in PVD black, but you cannot get the keeper in PVD black. So that's a bit of a shame, but I'm going to live with it. What do you think of that, guys? This is just perfect in my opinion. This is my first Barton strap. I've heard about them and people have said they're good and yeah, okay, great. I had no idea. These things are phenomenal. The material, I can't stop touching it. It's soft. It's actually a really soft nylon. Very well done. Much nicer than the other NATO straps that I've gotten before. Some of the little cheapies that I got off of Amazon and whatnot. Man, they're the quality on here is actually really good. Let's see here. Take a look. The holes are nice and well. Looks like they're like heat punched or something. They're melted on the inside, which is good. The end is melted a little bit. Nice finish. Yeah. But that coloration, the black with the crimson red on the outside, oh, that is just... Could you get any more Deadpool? All right, shut up, Dana. Put it on your wrist. All right. All right, what do you think of that? I think this is just going to be how I wear this watch from now on. I mean, they could not have made a better strap for this watch. This is perfect. And then the fabric keeper is a little new, but it does its job. It folds away back there just fine. What do you think, guys? Which one do you like best? Do you like it better on this Barton NATO, or do you like it on the original Bracelet better? Let me know in the comments below, all right? And that pretty much concludes this review. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you came to learn about a new watch that more than likely you did not know existed in the first place. Like I said, there are links in the description below, so go ahead and check those out if you want to see the latest pricing and availability of this watch. Keep in mind there's only 3,000 of these guys, so, they won't be around forever. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it that thumbs up and subscribe for more. Until next time, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video, guys.